Food waste is one of the largest contributors to greenhouse gas emissions. Statistics show that 1 ton of food waste in a landfill can generate 0.25 tons of methane in just 120 days. According to the Food and Agricultural Organization of the United Nations, roughly 1/3 of the food produced in the world for human consumption every year gets lost or wasted. The US alone sends around 31 million tons of food waste to landfills a year. Food waste is caused by several factors: overconsumption, healthier diets full of fruits and vegetables, ugly food that is never sold, large portion sizes, monoculture and poor farming practices, as well as lack of education. Compared to other U.S. cities, the city of Minneapolis does a good job at reducing food waste. While the city is proud of being ranked third in number of organic collection programs in the U.S., organics still contribute approximately 20% of landfill mass. The reason it has been more successful than most other cities is due to local sustainable initiatives set in place. Wanting to learn more about Minneapolis's initiatives, we spoke with Avram Learwood, an organizer of the Green Team movement at the Minneapolis Parks and Rec.
Yep, so I work in the summer once a year for the Powderhorn Art Festival, which is put on at Powderhorn Park by the Powderhorn Park Neighborhood Association. And what they do is put on an art festival and try to make money, and part of what they want is for the festival to be totally green, which means no trash, and that involves a little bit of coordination and planning when it comes to the recycling, compost, and trying to make sure that the vendors that are there selling food don't have any trash, and people have some place other than the trash to put their recycling and compost. So yeah, the Green Team is in place so that they can advertise and say that their event is totally green. A lot of festivals nowadays, especially in Minneapolis, are trying to have that in their title, so it looks good when they can say to the public, yes, there's no trash made at this event, it's entirely green. So that involves putting a team in place that can make that happen and sort of troubleshoot when things go wrong. I would say the Green Team has a huge impact on the food waste. We keep a lot of things out of the garbage and make sure that there's compost, especially for the food waste. And then also just talking to the vendors and making sure that they don't have products or things to put food in that are just trash, that are just going to be thrown out right away. They don't really last that long. They're used for maybe 5-10 minutes and then they're trash. I think as head of the Green Team, my goal or my hope would be that, my job is eliminated, that it's not really necessary anymore, that people are conscious of not only the food they're eating, but what's the food served on, how is it served, is there garbage that's being used or created with that, and how can it be reduced or eliminated. And then when it comes to them eating the food and them having leftovers, what do they do with it? Do they take it home? Can they find recycling or a compost and sort it themselves? Do they even know what is compostable and what isn't? So my hope, sort of, as the head of the Green Team at the Powderhorn Art Fair, would be, what can I do to educate people so that people are living a more sustainable life and they're not creating trash. That's the ultimate goal, is to reduce the trash.
Sweet. Well, thanks.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
After this interview, we conducted further research and found that the University of Minnesota has their own version of the Green Team. The Green Team attends professional sporting events to spread knowledge about composting, recycling, and trash, as well as informing fans about the green efforts in the sports world. We then wanted to know what the student body at the U of M thought of their Green Team.
Did you know that the U of M has a Green Team?
No.
No.
I had no idea. No.
No.
No, I haven't.
No, I didn't.
Have you heard of the term cradle to cradle?
Yeah.
Wait, really?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I did not.
I don't even know what that is.
Seeing that the green team at the U of M was not reaching as many students as we would like, we have plans for a new initiative to get students more involved. Our initiative consists of working with the green team to create a new compost collection at the university. In this system, we would promote the compost of food waste that accumulates in dining and residential halls, as well as neighboring apartment complexes. This compost collection would be made into nutritional soil for the farms and gardens at the university, and excess soil would be sold to local farms and residents in the community. We would also like to construct new student-run gardens where the compost would be used. The produce that these gardens grow could then be sold to those students who contributed their organic waste. We decided to go back out and ask students if they would take advantage of this cradle-to-cradle system if it were in place at the U of M.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, most likely yes.
Our ultimate goal is to create a cradle-to-cradle system for food waste at the U of M. You could also put it in terms of being a waste to compost to garden and then back to your plate system. Implementing this initiative would help us shrink the U of M's footprint on greenhouse gas emissions and help work towards a city of zero waste. If our initiative was adopted by other communities around the country, we would be saving a lot of food from going into landfills and thus have a major positive impact on climate change.